What's up, guys? It's Red Falcon here, back at it again with the Creator Series. This is Beginner Pack 1, Episode 2, and today we're going to be discussing how to access settings. So let's get to it. So this is the editor, and what it is just basically so you can create levels. You can place blocks and stuff like that, yeah. So we're going to be talking about the settings today and where to find them and everything, yeah. So you see this gear in the corner right there? The gear in the corner? So we're going to need that and the pause button in the corner for our settings today and some of the down things down there. So let's go to the gear. So if we see we have a speed setting over there, we can set our speed to a different speed, double speed, triple speed, negative speed. Yeah, and now you can, which will affect how fast you're going when you start the level, like that. So yeah, and then we have a select mode option, and that will tell us how we'll start, which we have it on block right now. So let's turn it to ship and let's see what happens. So as you can see, it starts as a ship. So there you go. And what I did to play in the editor is I hit this play button on the left, and that plays the music and the gameplay, I guess, the editor gameplay, and I hit that square to stop it. Let's get back into here. So that's what that does. You can do whatever game mode you want as long as it's, yeah. So right now down here we have a select song. Now we can do custom or normal. Custom I'll get to in another video, but right now we're gonna do normal. So we just hit these arrows and choose any song, like Jumper, let's say. And yeah, so now Jumper's playing, so that's your level. So you can listen to the Jumper music here with the blue play button all the way on the left side, yeah. And over on the far left side, right side, sorry, is a BG and a G. So the BG is what your background is going to look like. So for example, we have it on the default right here, and say I want this. Okay? So what I'm going to do is all of a sudden you see this. So we have that now. So that's simple. And now the G is how the ground looks. Now you can have it like this or anything like that. Now, hold on real quick. I had a setting that turned the ground off, so I'll turn that back on. And as you can see, it's the ground that I selected. So that's how I select the ground and background. And right here is mini. It'll make you mini during the very start of the game, yeah. And then there's dual, which will make you double and stuff, and all that good stuff. And up here is select color, which we'll get to that in another video. And font as well. I'll get that in the same video. 2-player mode, also another video. For now, let's go to the pause button. So the pause button has a bunch of settings. It has preview mode, show ground, grid on top, show grid, show object info. Show object info is really unnecessary to this unless you're like literally trying to find what object it is and you're tired of looking through your entire inventory. So ignore damage can be used. Let's start from the bottom up. Ignore damage can be used to it's only in the editor, and what it can do is, well, if you put a spike, for example, is you'll run right through it because it's ignore damage. Now if we turn ignore damage off, we'll run right into that spike and die. So that's ignore damage. Play test music, that just plays the music while you're in the test mode. Follow player, well, that's interesting. I don't think you'll ever want to do that because that's what happens. So I'm going to turn that back. Effect lines are basically like guidelines. Like, they won't be needed until later videos. So show object info, like I said, that's really unnecessary. Show grid, you turn that off. As you can see, there's no more editor grid. So yeah, that's what that does. Grid on top. Oh wait, I need the grid for that. If I put like this huge object, let me find one. No. Okay, here's one. You can see how the grid, that's a bad example. Hold on. You can see how the grid's on top of it. Like you can see the grid over it. So yeah, that's what that does. When it's not grid on top, then you can see the object on top of the grid. Finally, preview mode's the last one. What preview mode does, as you can see, is, well, it can turn it to what it would look like in the real game. So yeah. And that's pretty much it for the pause button area. Now let's talk about the three main sections down here. And the first section is building, where you'll find your blocks in the first, your slabs in the second, your outlines in the third, your ramps, I guess, or the triangles, your spikes, the things that hurt you. And then these are for 3D objects. We'll get those into a later video. These are bouncers and portals. These are decorations. These are chains and more decorations. These are blippers, or what? They blink. These are saws. They can hurt you, and also fake saws. And, whoops. And then these are just for coloring and specific commands that you can do to your level. We'll get those into a later level. And finally, the last one is custom objects that you've made. And now let's go to the edit. This is just like, say we have a block. Let's place a block there. Edit. We can move it. We can use these tabs to move it up and down, left and right. We could move it over a little bit and back a little bit. And then we can also flip the object. But this is perfectly symmetrical in every way possible. So flipping it would not be necessary in either way. We can also rotate it. Once again, perfectly symmetrical in all ways, so those will not be necessary as well. Then we can also move it more to the side if we want to jump by 5 blocks. Up, and then down. And then you can also, the last one is these small little ones, which will move it barely at all. And I'm pretty sure that 4 of these is equal to 1 of the small ones. And yeah, so that's the edit. And you have this swipe, rotate, free move, and snap in the other down bottom left hand, right hand corner. And we'll get to that in another video. Delete. You can delete the object. You can hit that trash can right there. It'll delete the selected object. However, you can also delete it by just tapping it. And yeah, and I'll undo that. So now you have it back. The undo button's in the corner, yes. And you can also hit this delete all. And it'll delete every one of these on the entire map that you've created. So I'll do that. Like, for example, if I had another one, it would delete both of them. And then if I had a delete all start pause, that's for another video. None static custom, that's also for another video. And yeah, that's basically all the settings down here. Now let's look to the right hand side. We have this copy and paste, edit object, deselect, edit group, copy. And those are just so you can copy and edit the objects that you have at hand, like color them, move them, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment. I don't care. Do whatever you want. And for all this, thanks for watching, guys.